What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Unionversities, and today we have another video for you guys to enjoy. We're going to be talking none other than this past weekend's CoreTCG Los Angeles Regionals. This one was a big one. This was the first time Kenshin was actually legal for the event. So, without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So let's take a look at the CoreTCG Los Angeles Regionals. So this was with 17 red Kenshin decks, 9 purple Kenshin Sato lists, 2 green Kogias lists, and then blue JJK Sukuna, and then blue Fall Metal Alchemist Roy Mustang, and 1 purple Bleach Renji Rush. It seems like Kenshin definitely dominated the format, but again, a lot of players were told, especially in JP, when a new set that just released, maybe 2 months ago in JP that really has a completely different format dominates there, it definitely proves that it would dominate here. Explains a lot. I'm surprised we didn't see any red Asta lists at this point, because the Asta was legal, which would mean that it kind of got a tempo boost. But again, it's 8 rounds, best of 1 Swiss, 240 players, October 4th. So yeah, maybe players didn't get enough. But first place was a Kenshin deck, second place was Roy Mustang, third place was Saito, Kenshin 4th, Kenshin 5th, red, the purple Renji Rush 6th, Saito 7th, Kenshin 8th, 9th place Saito, 10th place Kenshin, 11th Saito, purple Saito again on 12th, red Kenshin on 13th, 14th Saito, Lancelot taking 15th, and Kenshin on 16th. Definitely a big change up from the diversity that we kind of had when we walked into Bandai Fest earlier last month. We had such a huge diversity, it wasn't even funny. But this time around, the diversity definitely flew out the window, and it wasn't that great. So just taking a look here, to be honest with you, they are playing the zero cost Yakio. Not a bad choice. This list is very stock. Surprisingly, this was the list that kind of posted. No, they actually have some small change ups. Like they have this 2 cost Kenshin at 2, which again I think should be at 4, closer to that. But outside of that, they have the 2 killing Kenshins. Normally the deck focuses on just pushing things back and not really doing killing, but just to change up the game strat, right? Kenshin's main focal point was never to kill in the anime. There was only quite a few times that he ever stained his blade after he made the vow to never kill again. So yeah, just really interesting here. Roy Mustang definitely showing his ability to play extremely well into this format. Roy being able to control and delete stuff off the board is very good for what it needs to do. You know, they are teching 2 of the Alex Lewis Armstrong here. He's double damage, and if he's, you know, he's blocked, he kind of gets to draw 2 cards, which again, drawing 2 cards in this game is huge. But I don't know, very solid list, being able to handle what the meta kind of contends and produces, right? Saito, very interesting. They're playing the Sonosuke. Most players won't even touch this card with a 10-foot pole, but really cool. I get that he's the bounce, which cool, but I don't think I would personally play it. And he definitely brought down his trigger lineup just to do that. I'm not a huge fan of that. No, actually, yeah, I would never do this personally. I don't like this one. I would have always just went with the axe stand Kenshin. I get where you're coming from if you have to deal with you know, Toshi left and right, but your deck kind of handles Toshi quite well that you don't really care. And I get where the zero cost energy generator comes from, but they are playing 3 of the 4 cost starter deck Hajime Saitos, which isn't bad. I don't find as much use for it paired to the 2 action point Kenshin. Now we're back into the red boy. So yeah, we have zero cost Kenshin, Kenshin, Kenshin. All great cards across the board. they are playing 4 of this unique spell of Hitame Mitsurugi, choosing up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, switch it to resting. When this card is placed from your hand into the sideline by an ability of a red Kenshin on your field, draw a card. Kind of if you're going to be using the super rare, right, you're going to be attacking, discard, draw a card. You know, this at least kind of 1-for-1 gets cards back into your hand. So it's not bad. I think this at 2 is kind of the right call for a lot of players. Now, again, here's another red Kenshin list. They are playing 2 of the Hitsin Mitsurugi. Not a bad call. I think everyone is going to have their own personal pick and how they want to build their deck. Red Renji Rush. Deck's just been around because, again, it's super hyper aggressive with the ability to allow you to use Renji for its double damage at any time whenever you pay the action point, which again can lead to being some aggression early on, and even just hitting him as a raid target, you have enough for him to be valid. So purple bleach kind of can just do things. I don't know if it's going to long-term stay in the meta, but we'll have to see. Now the Saito list, they are playing the action. So Sanosuke 4 costs. When played, you may play 1 AP. If you do, choose up to 1 site on your opponent's field, sideline it. Not a bad call. I mean, if you are expecting a heavy amount of sites, I think that's a smart call to put him at 2 in your list, just because site removal is not what everyone's expecting, right? The fact that this deck has a 2 cost that counts as a 0, and again, late game, it does not matter, and then just combos in exactly what you want to do. Not bad. They are playing the starter deck Hajime, but that's not bad. Now again, Kenshin doing Kenshin things again. Someone on 4 Hitsurugi. So yeah, that's just how this goes, and then we're back in it again. They're playing 2 of the Hajime Saitos, but again, you were just going to be burning through these cards because they look very similar unless somebody's playing something stupidly unique. Oh, okay, we are playing it. Kaguru. So when played, if you have if on the energy line, you may place 1 card from your hand into the sideline, switch it to active, activate main, switch this character to resting, choose up to 1 character on your field, gains 1000 DP. Not bad, especially if you need to deal with 5Ks, because once 5Ks are kind of on board, if you don't have the removal spell, they're going to be blocking your Kenshins very easily. So being able to make it so that favorable trades now happen, really good. Now you do have, you know, Hajime Saito again. Being able to snipe from the back line is pretty good, and it will always be. Yumi, so draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand into the sideline. When sideline, Mikoto Shishiro is on your front line. Choose 1 character on your opponent's front line, switch to the resting. You're never going to be doing that. It's really just for the filtering. Now again, another list. Again, they're playing the Yumi. I wouldn't have played her personally, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Now, again, we're at the red Kenshin list. They're very similar across the board. They are playing the Hajime Saito in this one. So choose up 1 Kenshin on your field. It loses during your turn abilities. You know, being able to shut it off at a earlier point and not being 2 action point, making it so that they all can just do their shenanigans is not bad. Hajime Saito, again, this one's more or less what I'm actually playing for a list. Okay. I don't play 4 of this, though. I definitely play 4 of this. I think this at 4 is the better option, just because it comes in active, and then you get to play a small body, which could lead to being another raid in the back energy line, which is fine. Lancelot, if you guys know what Lancelot does, this was definitely a choice from the list from Bandai Fest, because again, they are playing this instead of the searching option. Again, another 0 drop is not bad, especially it's a decent trigger. Now again, we are seeing Kenshin just doing Kenshin things. They are playing the Hitsurugi. Not bad for filters. Now Hajime Saito's, again, nothing too out of the ordinary here. Yep. They are playing Megan in this Kento Red Kenshin. Choose one of the following, add up 1 character, 1 or less energy requirement from your sideline to hand. Okay. Yeah, playing to get a piece back, chooses, and then or you get to choose one of the following. Either you get to choose 1 other character, it gains 15,000 DP. Okay. I kind of see where they're going with it. It's not a bad call for playing it. You kind of get a way of making so Kenshin can double attack or be able to boost. So yeah, it's kind of cute. Kenshin just being Kenshin again. Same old Kenshin. Saito, they are playing promo Makito Shisho. When played, choose one card from your hand. Place one card from your hand onto the top of your deck. I don't know if that's really useful, to be honest with you. Lancelot, yet again, not bad. They are playing Euphemia to help protect your Lancelots, and they're playing the big Euphemia with step and then triple energy generation. Interesting. Taking a look here, we do have 3 of this Kenshin, and nothing too out of the ordinary there. Okay, Sukuna. Sukuna has been a bit, like, this thing hasn't done much into the format, and that's just because the format has punished this deck a little too much to a lot of players' likings. But, yeah, Kenshin, Sukuna yet again. So, yeah. Then we have this. Oh, they went with Makito plus Saito. Interesting. Wasn't expecting this kind of list. So they are splashing the 7 swords. I don't know why you would, because the Hajime gets shut off the moment you do that, because they are traded besides this one here. This one here. Oh, okay. So basically the 0 and the... Oh. So the 0 cost is the only one that you have to really worry about? Okay. I kind of see where they're going with it. I thought they would have the 10 swords straight, but they don't. Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary here. We've seen this kind of list. Yeah, players are going to play what they want. Definitely looks like Red Kenshin is going to be the deck to beat. But again, probably will cool off once players kind of get a good grip on what they're going to play. Again, when a deck is told that it's going to be the best deck in the format, definitely where you see a lot of people just pick up and play that deck. So guys, what do you think of this top 32? Let me know down in the comments how you feel about just Kenshin format. Let me know. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.